So this is it. We're starting our trip to South Carolina, first by having a wonderful dinner at my friend's house in Indiana. She made shepherd's pie for me. Yum, it was so good. And now we're at the airport ready to head out to Charleston, South Carolina. Of course, we had some delays because there were thunderstorms causing us to have quite a long period of time in Charlotte, South Carolina, before we could actually travel on to Charleston. You can't tell here, but yes, there were storms. And yes, we sat in the airport for more than 4.5 hours waiting to get on our plane. The sky was gorgeous once we got up there. Floating in the clouds. It was pretty amazing. We had 3 other girls that we were going to meet later that were coming from different cities. Here we all are, getting ready to go to learn how to make cocktails. So we went to a cocktail class. Let's see how we did.
Before, which is the little half moons you find in dive bars, yeah?
Yeah.
Trouble with those cubes is they're white and small. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I wouldn't just say that one. The point is, there's little pockets of air on the inside and more surface area.
Nature's antibacterial.
Ooh.
I love that.
You got it? All right, so when you see a bartender do that over a cocktail, this is not just dark sorcery or magic, right? Fast and right. What do you think here? Huh?
Can you imagine this? A professional class on making an old-fashioned.
Yeah, right?
Here we are.
Doing God's work here, people. How's
Have you
that?
ever heard of a Campari?
No, I've never heard of it.
That's what I'm making my old-fashions with.
That's the wrong way to do it.
What?
Yes, I know.
Campari or old-fashioned? Just call it a different drink.
It's more like a boulevard. Yeah, that sounds
I do mine a little more like this, but not quite this.
fancy.
I love the
Espresso.
orange.
These are those espressos.
I put
It's
orange.
bad.
Let me get 2 of those and then 3 of these, please. All right, ingredients start down here with you. What's first? What are you going to pour here?
This bitter.
There you go.
Whatever.
Syrup.
How far?
Hey, guys.
Doris was
I'm
paying
pretty sure the
attention.
bartenders have been drinking back here. There you go.
Just put it
All
in
right.
the
One or one.
Nice. Go ahead. Small size one. There we go.
Flip it.
There you go. Big side for the gin here.
And then ice.
Turn that gin.
No, that's fine.
All right, guys, I need a cocktail here.
I mean,
all
make
right? Yeah, big scoop of ice in the small side of the tin there. Nice. All right, now pressure's really going to be on when you shake here. We want the hardest. Long strokes here. Flip it. There you go. You got it. So did it right here or here is a smaller guy? There you go. No, don't pour it. You got to strain it. Strain it. Coil down there. Coil down where the liquid is. There you go. Perfect. Now strain it. Let's see who's got the most froth here.
Woo! There's froth. I see froth. Oh, they put that froth.
All right, we got a garnish here. We got a lemon twister.
All right. Oil towards the cocktail. Skin towards the
Yellow
cocktail.
part towards the
Skin
drink.
cocktail.
Bend it long ways. Kind of like this.
Twist it.
Like, there you go. Spritz those oils. Twist it up. Rim the top of the glass.
Rim with the skin.
Rim with the
Good
skin.
job, Susan.
All right, throw it in the drink. Let's give it up here.
The next day we're on to take a horse and buggy carriage ride. We dressed vintage and got to see a little bit of the historical part of Charleston.
So since we're in the French Quarter, also have a French Huguenot church coming up to the left of us.
Such a beautiful city with a lot of history in it.
Always had this pretty pink color, designed by E.B. White. shoulder, guy. All the way, kiddo.
It's known for having a lot of church steeples. And of course, it's just so pretty time of the year to be there. These signs are protected by law. They can't remove them. So like that one said pharmacy, but if you were to go inside, it's not a pharmacy. Oh, look at the side door. That goes to the porch. Found that quite interesting. The architect there is absolutely beautiful. Cobblestone roads. Not all of them were like that, but a few of them. And of course, it's so different from Michigan. Here's the city market. Those are the sweetgrass baskets. Very expensive. Woo! I did not purchase one. There are pretty gates throughout the entire city. We toured this Edmondson Alston house. It was very pretty inside for sure. That mirror with those candlesticks illuminates like, I don't know, I can't remember how many times more, like there was like 10 times more candles than there really was. This is the only house that has this particular design above the doors. Those little wooden things. They have the shutters to protect them through the hurricanes. And from the balcony, you can see the battery outside. Oh, we were not supposed to sit in those chairs. That's why Bonnie had that expression on her face. These chimneys have holes through them so that the hurricanes will not cause them to fall in on themselves. I have a necklace that looks like that gate. The 4 hearts. So Rainbow Row is coming up. That's the Rainbow Row. It's just some houses that were painted in different colors. There's a lot of French influence in Charleston. From there we went on to the Magnolia Plantation. Again, we dressed vintage. Magnolia tree. It's just a really pretty plantation to see the water and the gardens, and actually got to tour inside the plantation, but they don't allow you to take pictures inside that plantation. And this turtle was laying eggs, actually. This gentleman decided he was going to photobomb us. There we are, without the gentleman who photobombed us. Beautiful peacock in there. Okay, I think we're going to see a gator. Yes. Did you know that alligators eat turtles? I did not know that. There's a lot of wildlife there. And of course, we want to be careful to watch out not to approach those alligators. There's one. Look closely. There were quite a few that we saw that day. Who doesn't love a beautiful flower garden? Now we are on a harbor tour. This bridge is got 5 miles of gravel around it so that no ship will hit it. This, of course, is the, Allentown, I think it's called. It was a ship with fighter jets on it. It's not in service anymore, but you can tour it if you want to. We didn't get to tour it. It was a beautiful big ship. Navy ship. We did see some dolphins in the rivers, but I was unable to get any pictures of them. This is Fort Sumter. This is Charleston from the river. And we saw U.S. Coast Guard out there. Then we took a tour of the Aiken Rhett House, which was not restored. So it has survived several hurricanes and I believe a fire. It showed us some of the quarters of the slaves that were working there back in the day when they had slaves. But you can see like the paint is chipping. It's because it has not been restored. So as I was going through it, all I could think of is, oh, wow, there's some beautiful things I could do to this place. It would be fun to restore something like that. We also toured the Nathaniel Russell House. It was gorgeous inside. This one has been restored. That's the floor. Looking up to the staircase reminded me of a snail. Okay. We also went to the only tea garden in the United States, and that's in Charleston. I found my handsome prince there. It was very interesting to hear about these tea plants. If one of those tea plants died, you couldn't take it out of the row because the whole row would die. And they last like 300 years, I think they said, the tea plants did. It was a lot of fun. Then we went to see the angel tree. This is an amazing living oak tree. It's alive, and it's only lived half its life. I believe it's 400 years old, or maybe even older, and it's only lived half its life. In this last picture, you'll see this guy came out of a hole in the tree. Before we know it, our trip was over and we had to go back home. We hope you enjoyed Charleston with us.